You're watching the best of GROULX All Access.
GROULX. I don't know what I keep going back to confidence, but that's all I keep seeing in these players, especially GROULX.
His defensive work is absolutely stellar, and when you get the offense from him, he certainly brings it all.
Right now, GROULX for me is that player. He knows he should be an NHLer, and he will be one day.
We welcome to the show GROULX forward GROULX. It's a pleasure to talk with you and get to know you, and we'll start about your childhood first. You were born in France, but very early stages of your life. But let's just kind of talk about your childhood and what you do remember after your dad's playing career in France, and then just growing up and getting acclimated to hockey.
I lived in France maybe 2 years, and then growing up, I was always playing back in Gatineau, my childhood hockey, and it was great. I mean, I made some really good friends over there, met some great guys, some great people, so it was a blast.
What drew you to hockey? Was it just being around your dad and just the constant atmosphere of the sport?
Yeah, I was kind of born in it, to be honest. My grandfather was a very long time scout in the QMJHL, and obviously my dad played hockey for a while, and then he coached for a while, so it was kind of easy for me to fall in love with the game. And you meet a lot of really good friends, a lot of good people that helps you throughout your life, whether it's hockey or just in life in general, so I've been blessed.
Now, your dad is a coach in the AHL of the Syracuse Crunch. How big of an influence during your childhood was he to either push you, coach you, help you, or did he just kind of let you find it out on your own?
Yeah, I think before I was 16, like he kind of let me play a bit. He didn't want to put too much pressure on me. I think I already had a lot of pressure, especially back home. The son of a very like renowned coach throughout the QMJHL. So I was watching games. We were talking a lot about it. So that's where he kind of gave me a couple of advice, and especially my draft year at 17. I think he helped me a lot with how to manage the pressure, the expectations that would come with it, like throughout the season. So he kind of just helped me, like through the season, how to manage all the pressure and everything.
Growing up, what team did you follow most, and was there a certain player that you enjoyed watching?
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Blackhawks just because of Jonathan Toews. He's pretty much my model since I was a really young kid, since he entered the league actually, and I mean, he's been a great role model. Won a couple of cups, a couple of gold medals. So, and obviously he's one of the great leaders in the game. So, no, it's been very fun to watch him throughout the years.
When did you know that you could turn this into an actual profession and chase this as your career?
I think I always knew, to be honest. Hockey was always my first plan. I was always telling my mom, listen, I'm gonna be a hockey player. Like obviously, like school is not my favorite thing. Like I was good at it, but it was never my favorite things. And my mom, she was encouraging me a lot. She was very supportive, and she's been supportive throughout my life. But probably since I was, I'd say 14 years old, 15 years old, that's when I really started to take things very seriously and actually turn this into a career.
Yeah, looking back just at the entire junior career that you had, how does the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League and junior hockey in general, how does that prepare you to become an NHLer?
It does prepare you a lot, actually, especially with the schedule. I think in Halifax, my last year, we played 76 games or 72 games, so the schedule is pretty much the same as the AHL and the NHL. There's a lot of traveling, a lot of back-to-backs. So I think it prepares your body a bit, and it prepares you mentally to play all those games. So it's a very long season. There's a lot of up and down. So I think it prepares you more mentally than physically to play at the pro level. So no, it's been a great experience.
All right, let's take it on a little bit of a lighter side. If there's one thing that nobody in the locker room knows about you, maybe it's a hidden talent, a food that you like, food you can cook, something. Is there something that maybe people don't know about you?
I think, I mean, I've talked to a couple guys about it. Not everybody knows, but it's not something that I did already, but it's something I'm gonna do this summer. I'm probably gonna try to take piano lessons. I love piano. I think it's so cool when someone plays it, and I'm a big music guy. And when I hear the piano, like it's always a nice touch, I feel like. So I think it'd be just nice to, beside hockey, to have a hidden talent, like you said.
Foot race for the puck. GROULX intercepts, shoots, scores!
Bo GROULX on the offense was still defense. Bo GROULX pickpockets that puck, and he takes it and he puts it in the 5-hole.
All right, let's fast forward to your draft and your second round pick. What was the experience like for you? What was the day like, and what do you recall?
It was very stressful, to be honest, because obviously everyone that are getting drafted are waiting for that moment their whole life, basically. I remember I woke up and I was like oh my God, like, I might get drafted today. And when I heard my name, like, by the Ducks, I was really happy. It was my first choice, to be honest, by the Ducks. Like, I had a great meeting with them at the Combine, and they told me that they really liked me too. So no, it was a match made in heaven for sure.
What was it about the Ducks that made it #1 for you?
I think just their style of play. I remember watching them early on when Getzy was there, Corey Perry, all like Ryan Kessler, actually. Just some really big guys with a lot of skills that can skate, that can make some plays, but also really good defensively. So I thought their philosophy, their organization were matching my game really well. So I knew I was going to fit in pretty well with them.
Well, let's go to last year, your first pro year. Probably not what you expected, or anybody expected for that matter. I mean, you get to the pro level and you expect to have thousands and thousands of fans, but unfortunately, you look out in the crowd and there's cardboard cutouts. What was that like last year for you?
It was weird a bit. It was a bit disappointing to not have any fans at pretty much any of our games. I thought overall it was still a great experience. It was my first pro year, first year playing with pro players. So no, I thought I had a great season. I thought I improved a lot. And that year for sure changed my career, I think. A lot of people were thinking, oh, I'm not sure if he's fast enough, not sure if he's skilled enough to play at the pro level and actually produced. And I think last year I proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm still trying to do that this year, and just going to keep building on that.
As you look back at last year, was there one moment where you either felt extremely prepared for, or maybe something that you didn't expect out of the pro game?
I'd say I remember my first preseason game against San Jose. My first shift on the ice, I think it was Blychfield from San Jose, ran me over. Then after that, I got up, made a turnover. Then I think the puck ended up in the back of our net, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? Like, well, what am I getting into right now? But then as the game went on, and as I was playing more game, I was getting more comfortable. And when I scored my first goal, I think it was the 6th or 7th game, whatever, I think my game really took off, and I started to make more plays, being more opportunistic, I guess. Offensively, I was making more plays. Defensively, I was more solid. I was recognizing the plays a little bit faster defensively. So I think I built my confidence was built maybe in 15 games, I'd say. And after that, I was just really playing my game out there and having fun.
And this year, you make the jump and you play in the NHL for the Anaheim Ducks. What was the first game like for you?
It was great. It was great, honestly. The training camp was really hard. I thought it's always a grind mentally, and I think I managed that pretty well. And I was fortunate enough to make the team. And my first game was against the Jets at home, so it was really, really special. I mean, it was everything I ever imagined, and it was really a dream come true.
You talk about training camp being very mentally driven. What was it about training camp that was so difficult?
Just because every practice, you know that someone is watching, you know that all the guys are going to be battling really hard because obviously they want your spot, or they want to make themselves a spot for themselves. So obviously everyone's going to be really competing really hard. And I mean, you got to be up for that. You got to be ready to battle, and you got to make some plays. You got to impress. You got to do pretty much everything in order to make that team, especially at the NHL level. You play against the best player in the world, so at one point you got to be the best player on the ice to make that team. So, and you got to do that every single day.
For more Goals All Access, tune in to Fox 5 San Diego, Fridays at 2:30 p.m.